day, so I decided to wear my favorite sweater. And we have a guest coming over tonight for dinner, so we are making him a dessert. It is going to be sourdough discard brownies. I'll link the exact recipe I use in the description. However, let's run through the ingredients really quick. Yes, and I have my son with me here again. Hi, bud. You need 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of cocoa chips, chocolate chips, 1 tablespoon vanilla, 3/4 cup flour, 1½ cup sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, half teaspoon salt, 2 eggs, and half a cup of sourdough discard. I have so much discard that I really need to make these brownies. I'm really happy that our guest loves brownies. To start, you need to preheat your oven to 350 and melt on the stove your butter, your chocolate chips, and vanilla together. So let's go do that first. Okay, that is melted on the stove. It takes a long time to stir, so I didn't add that entire part. Now in a separate bowl, you want to add the, what does it say? Flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and salt. So you need 3/4 cups of flour. That hard part is done. You know, baking really helped me when I was in my postpartum funk. It is the only thing that made me feel semi-normal. 1¼ cup of sugar. 5 of these. Oh gosh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything to make me feel normal. Back then when I was in the throes of newbornhood with a toddler was crazy. It was so stressful. However, I learned how to make bread then, and it has just been a whirlwind since then. I've been baking non-stop. Yeah, cocoa powder. Yes. But if you're looking for an activity to do and you have postpartum anxiety, I highly suggest baking. Half a teaspoon of salt. The first loaf of bread I did turned out really good. It was just a basic white loaf of bread that I got the recipe from Instagram. It was just really, oh, I don't want to use that. I want to use a whisk. Way easier. Oh, but no, postpartum anxiety, man, is no joke. Luckily, it didn't veer into depression. Oh, but man, with my first kid, I didn't sleep for 3 days straight and I was hospitalized again. That's a whole nother story. If you want to hear the birth story, let me know. That was just, whew. Second baby, much easier. Birth, postpartum was a lot harder, I feel like, because I had to take care of a toddler. Luckily, my husband got some time off, but time off doesn't mean full time. It just means I get a little bit of a slower transition into being a mom of 2. That is so fun. Oh, it was hard. So I slowly got back into it by baking. Sourdough was a lot harder. I started sourdough before my son, and we want to pour the butter mixture in. I started sourdough before my son was born, when I was pregnant with him. However, I let my sourdough starter die very heavily when I was in the hospital with him and transitioning, like I said, into being a mom with 2 kids. So yes, luckily I didn't need to be put in the hospital twice. Again, hard pregnancy, delivery, postpartum with my first one. I'm very lucky this guy was really easy up until then. The first 6 months of his life was crazy with the postpartum. But again, like I said, the baking really helped me find my zen. I feel like serving my family by baking brownies. Oh, and bread, and learning how to cook from scratch for a lot of things. It really centers you. It really grounds you in your new role as mom. I didn't quite do that the first time around, but I'm glad I figured it out now, and I plan to only just continue. My sister knows someone who had postpartum schizophrenia. I didn't know that was a thing. Add eggs and the discard. 2 eggs. The recipe says make sure they're at room temperature. I have actually never cared to do that. It also says unsalted butter. I also don't care. Yes, it does make a difference for a lot of things, but I just don't care enough because it tastes pretty much the same to me. 2 eggs. Oh yeah, but postpartum schizophrenia is a thing. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for that woman because I just don't even want to think about it. Let's get this well incorporated before we add in the discard. It's half a cup. Oh man, I'm so excited to eat these. I'm such a chocoholic. My husband likes the gummy candies. I don't. I like creamy gum chocolate. Oh, let's see. Pour off the hooch is what it's called. Perfect. I've had this in my fridge for a minute. It doesn't necessarily go bad is what I've been told, and I've never seen it go bad. I am switching up my starter here. I'm doing a stiff starter. I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right. Discard is in. Now we'll just add some thick, creamy goodness. That's what she said. Husband says these are really rich, so you really only need 1 to 2 brownies, or a whole row if you're me, to feel satisfied. And like I said, luckily, my guest requested these brownies because I am running low on sweets. Those chocolate chips I did on the last video are, yes, all out. And we need something to fill those plates. So we have this beautiful brownie batter. I'm gonna pour it into the dish I already have prepared, that I prepared before the video, lined with parchment paper, and it goes in the oven for 40 minutes. So I'll see you at the end to show you how they turn out. Thanks. Hi, we're back. Here's the final product. They are still warm, not hot. They are delicious, extra gooey, very rich in flavor. I highly recommend it.